What does sex feel like for women after they orgasm? Overwhelming, but not for long. Then it'll dry up a bit and a lot of the sensation in my vagina goes away for a little bit. I feel like I'm the opposite of a lot of these responses. When I have an orgasm, I gush and get super wet, so sex almost starts feeling better post-orgasm. I want to keep going and going. The extra wetness, the tingly sensation, all of it is awesome and I don't want it to end. For me, it's overstimulating. It feels as if the orgasm was mildly painful, like a subtle burning sensation as the muscles are trying to contract and are being forced to stay widened. That on top of the intense orgasmic sensations. I'm sure someone else will have a better description. Lol. Probably feels the exact same as if you got a hand blow job and they kept going after you finished. Who knows how identical the sensations actually are, always been a shower thought of mine. Lol. In my case, penetration feels fantastic for like a minute. It is very sensitive and I feel every move. It is great when my partner is able to come in this short period of time. Then post-orgasmic hormones kicks in and I kind of lose interest in sex. It is not uncomfortable, but cuddling or a nap would be better. It feels great. Penetration feels really amazing, but I wouldn't want any more clitoral stimulation. It's pretty overwhelming and too much. Women can orgasm more than once. I like to think that is what's happening when I have trouble finishing. It depends. Usually I can orgasm about 3 times per sex session, but if we go on too long it stops feeling good and begins to hurt. It also depends on the position. There are positions that directly stimulate the clitoris, which continues to feel good after coming. My wife of 42 years has different phases. She sometimes is multi-orgasmic and wants to go over and over, from various positions to toys, fingers, oral. It's pretty wild. She has sometimes squirted these sessions. Other times she's done, and can't abide her clit being touched further. Most of the time now we're too tired to do it more. After I orgasmed, everything feels a bit too overwhelming and I get really wet. I lose interest in sex and pray my BF finishes soon. Sometimes it's too much pleasure. How to explain, but it's good to feel. I know someone who wants her orgasms early into sex and often she claims it's better if she's constantly having orgasms, but she does need a brief pause between orgasms, like less than a minute pause. It feels better since I'm so sensitive after the orgasm. It kinda feels like the orgasm just simmers down, but keeps going. If I've had many orgasms I will feel quite done though. XD. No idea, but this African woman I was seeing would have these massive orgasms where her whole body would convulse for like a full minute after. Jesus. I wish I could get just 30 seconds of that. Multi-orgasmic generally, the first half minute or so after orgasm it still feels okay good, but nowhere near as intense. Then the intensity starts to build up again. Except sometimes, especially after a really intense orgasm, I'm just done and can't handle any more. Sometimes I get tired, but most of the time I'm like another one. In between orgasms I don't feel much for 30 seconds to a minute until it begins building up again. When my wife has orgasms when she squirts a little, it'll keep her at that high and she'll have 3 or 4 and 15 min, the mind-bending kind. If she has what she calls clitoral orgasms, she'll have one and I can't even touch it afterwards. And I know those are good too, because she's passed out before and has seen fireworks at other times. I told her she's just lucky. She had her first orgasm with me when she was 38 27 years ago. There are a lot of variables. It also depends on the woman. My last girlfriend was really in touch with her sexuality. She orgasmed very quick just from penetration. She sometimes felt very dizzy and had to lay down a bit. Out of my personal experience as a hetero male, after an orgasm is just before the next orgasm. It feels great for a short and continues a bit for a short time, and then I get super drowsy and go to sleep. The cramps and contractions I have are too intense and kinda painful after an orgasm.